Hi, this is Samir for thinkdigit.com, and today we're going to take a look at a 10-inch budget tablet, which is the Micromax Funbook Pro. At a first glance, this device is exactly the same as the original Funbook, but it looks like it's on steroids, which is it's just really bigger compared to the old one, which was 7 inches. This tablet is 10.1 inches and is priced at Rs 10,000. The front has the display, which is quite glossy and is going to be a big fingerprint magnet when you use it. The rear, however, has a simple grey finish to it, which is nice, and it's the same as its predecessor. In terms of its connectivity options, it has all the ports neatly laid out on one side, which is the on-off switch, the headphones jack, HDMI out, 2 micro USB ports, the DC in for charging, and a micro SD card slot. The device compromises on a SIM card slot, which is a bit of a letdown considering there are 7-inch tablets at the same price point which give you a SIM card slot. Now, the front of the device also has a camera for making video calls. The placement of this camera, according to us, is a little inconvenient because if you hold the device properly, your thumb is bound to cover it. We wish the camera was somewhere in the center or even a little to a side, but right at the corner is just slightly inconvenient according to us. Micromax hasn't released specifications to us regarding the weight and dimensions of the Funbook Pro, but it is quite comfortable to hold in our hands. It seems approximately close to the 12 mm thickness and is quite comfortable when we've played games, watched apps or videos on it. Straight out of the box, the tablet runs on Android 4.0.4 Ice Cream Sandwich, and it gives you access to the same 5 customizable home screens that we're used to from other devices. Now, the resolution of the display is 1024 by 600. Considering it's a 10-inch device, this resolution may seem a little low considering we've seen the same resolution on the HCL Mi Tab Y2, and that device had an IPS display. Nonetheless, the display of the Funbook Pro is nice. We've run a couple of apps on it, watched videos, browsed the web, even reading text was quite comfortable, and the form factor is generally good to have a bigger display. As you saw, the video playback from the device is quite good and the audio is decent if you're in a small room with less ambient noise. One thing, even though the viewing angles on the device are okay, it is susceptible to a lot of glare. We can see a lot of reflection if the room is very well lit, and you'll have to hold it at a particular angle to get the most utility out of the display. The Micromax Funbook Pro gives you access to the Google Play Store. You can download all the apps, most of them run fine and quite smoothly. But that's not what is the good feature about this device. The better feature is that apart from the Google Play Store, it also gives you access to its own Micromax App Store. This store has a lot of content ranging from educational, games, movies, entertainment and more. It's a very localized and Indian content. For example, if you go into the movies app, you get access to the Big Flicks app that gives you access to local Indian movies. The games, though not as popular as the ones available on the Google Play Store, but you have a good library of games to choose from out here nonetheless. Even apps, you get access to a bunch of apps which may be available on the Google Play Store but are more localized for Indian content. You have Indian publications for news and a few other apps to choose from. You also have the option of a live TV app on the device. One of the best features of the device, and this is very useful if you are a student, is the educational app. You have access to a lot of educational content via this app, from engineering college entrance exams, CETs, MBA entrance exams. You have a wide variety of courses. You can take a look at the list of courses and it is really quite varied. So here we have it, from general education to an MBA, CBSE, engineering, GATE, IES, PSU, ICSE board. A lot of varied content is available for the education sector. The downside, however, is that these books or the content out here has to be purchased. You have to actually go and buy content, and the price really varies for up to a few thousand rupees as well. As you can see, one of these books out here costs 8,316 rupees, and you probably just can pay for it online directly here and check out and purchase it. It's good that the content is available out here. The downside is some of it might be a little expensive, especially if you're on a budget and want to use this tablet for education. So as you can see, because the device is quite big at 10 inches, the keyboard in the landscape mode is kind of difficult to type on. It's going to be a difficult experience with a two-thumb typing if that's what you're used to. But in portrait mode, that gets a little bit more comfortable because the keyboard gets squished in. And the keyboard is stock Android, so it's comfortable to type on and for the most part gets the work done really well. On the other hand, the browsing experience isn't the best. As you can see, there is quite a bit of lag between changing orientations of the device. But if a story loads up and then you want to read it, it loads up quite alright. There is no, the load times may be a little bit more than we'd like, but once the page is rendered, reading experience considering the size of the screen is good. We've also faced a couple of apps crashing on the device. It's not very frequent, but it does happen if you run a lot of apps simultaneously. The device doesn't handle multitasking to the best of its abilities, and as you can see, the browser has crashed on us. Since the screen is really nice and big, playing games that load in the landscape orientation is nice. You get a good vibrancy of colors, the display is big, zooming in and out is fun, and playing games generally that run in the landscape mode are convenient. But if you play games that are in the portrait mode, the device is really big, and sometimes it gets just a little uncomfortable to hold and control the device in this mode. It's too tall. It is good, the screen's resolution and size is good if you're going to play stuff in landscape mode, watch movies, but in the portrait mode, games such as Temple Run do feel a little uncomfortable to us. The Micromax Funbook Pro has a 5800 mAh battery, which we think is a little less because the device is big. It should be able to house a bigger battery. On a continuous video playback test, it lasted us for about 3.5 hours, which isn't the best considering we've seen tablets such as the Zinc and more last for up to 5 to 7 hours as well. In everyday usage, you can expect up to 6 hours of battery life considering if you watch videos, surf the web, social networking and play some apps. Battery life is a little disappointing. For 10,000 rupees, this 10-inch device is really nice. If you are looking for a tablet with a big screen as you would like to use the real estate for watching videos and apps, then the Micromax Funbook Pro is for you. If you would, however, like more connectivity options such as SIM card and Bluetooth and still maintain good power under the hood, we would suggest you go in for a 7-inch tablet such as the Zinc Z999 Plus or the other 7-inch tablets that are available in the market under the 10,000 rupees price point.